Kevin, and this is Herman. We are going to be talking about the great, well, it started off as the great American game, but now it's very super popular around the world, including Japan. Baseball.
Yeah, baseball. Go for the home run, right?
Yep, round those bases. I'm trying to think of all the...
Yes. There are so many expressions that use that.
Yeah.
You know.
Baseball. Did you ever play it when you were younger?
I did. And when I grew up, like we had a few baseball teams, but Canada was a little bit different because softball was more popular.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. That's interesting.
And so, most kids that I grew up with, we played softball. And I played softball until I was about maybe 13 or 14. So I would have played for about, 5 or 6 years, organized baseball. And it was always fun. And for all the sports that I played, when my eyes began to go bad was when I had to kind of quit most of those sports because then I couldn't really see what was going on. And I went through a phase of not wanting to wear glasses and I was a catcher. I was a goalie, so it's more difficult to wear glasses in that case, right?
And you've got to see if you're going to play those positions.
Yeah, definitely, right. It got a little bit scary, but I played, and I always enjoyed it. It was always, I remember, you had a team spirit going on. We always had practices, and generally the thing was that we would go home, have supper. And then we would just ride our bikes to the baseball park. And of course, it didn't get dark until like 9 o'clock or 9:30. So our games would start at, 6:30 or something like that. And we would play till 8 or something.
So were you playing with just like your friends, like neighborhood friends? Or was this organized?
This was organized. Okay. Yeah, usually with our friends, we didn't play baseball. Like we played like street hockey in summertime. That would have been easier to play. But baseball, you need a lot of people. Right.
That's true. You need some space too.
Yeah. So that was all organized, and we had a coach, and it was pretty good. Like, did you play organized baseball?
I never played it organized. I would play just like neighborhood kids. So obviously, number one, not enough people to actually have a real game.
Yeah.
It would be more like you have to play multiple positions,
right?
That type of thing.
Yeah.
And usually someone's backyard. Because where I grew up, we had my neighborhood. It was pretty normal to have like about an acre or two as your full yard.
Sure.
So, the backyard, you had almost like half an acre, which is not bad, to be able to play a little game, especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
You're not blasting out, 300-foot home runs or anything like that. So, we just played mostly like catch or if we got a group of people, we would actually play a little bit of a scrimmage type game.
Catch was always fun. That was something that we would always do, right? And of course, because I play baseball, I always had gloves. The one thing I do remember is that, batting centers were always a great joy because you could go there and practice hitting. Right. And often they were, like, when you're a little kid, they're too fast. Even the slow ones were whizzing by fast. Mm-hmm. But that was always something that we would do. Like, there would just be... a batting center somewhere that we could do.
Right. So how about because growing up in Canada, what was your first like professional game that you saw, or even the minor leagues? We could start there.
Well, it would have been hockey because I grew up
with baseball. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. But my first game would have been hockey, and then I think the first baseball game, because I grew up near the States and my hometown was on the border, it would have been in Detroit, so I would have seen the Tigers play, and that was always exciting. Like we go over the border, and then we're in a different country, and then we would go see the Tigers, and that was always good. And I like American sports venues, right? Because they have everything that you need, right? Like there's good food, there's good snack food, there's always things to look at. As you get older, you can have some good beer, right? There's always draft beer and popcorn.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. There's more than just the baseball game. They actually have like so much stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Not even in the the game area.
You feel it's like almost like Las Vegas in a sense, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, not only see the sights, but we're gonna play games inside the game itself, right? How about you? Mm-hmm. Did Tennessee have professional baseball team?
Tennessee does not have a professional baseball team, but the closest one for me is Atlanta. So the Atlanta Braves, world champions.
Oh,
by the
nice.
way, this past year, World Series champions.
Yeah.
So the Braves are my team.
Okay.
If I were to claim a team,
Right.
because you know how it is, it's usually regional. So
Yeah,
the
of
closest
course.
thing is kind of what you root for. So the Braves have been my team, and I think I was maybe 12 years old. My
Okay.
first professional game. It was like a field trip with my
have been-
school.
Must have been exciting.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I never really played it, growing up, I still enjoyed it. Still enjoyed watching it. And then growing up, I grew up mostly in the 90s during that phase where Atlanta had a stretch of actually like pretty good pitchers and different, like Chipper Jones was really good as well. So they had like a really good lineup for a
Okay.
lot of those years. So that was exciting to see that lineup.
Yeah. And if you're a fan and your team is in there, like even if they're in the playoffs, that's exciting enough, right?
Right,
It keeps you going for an extra bit after the season ends.
Yeah, there was a few years they had a rivalry with the Yankees.
Okay.
Like they would either go to the World Series together or they would play in the playoffs together. It was
Okay.
always like that rivalry. So
Okay.
I remember growing up despising the Yankees.
Okay, but are they Atlanta Braves in the American League? Are they not a National League team?
Honestly, this is how much I don't know
Okay,
about.
okay. I think the Braves are a National League team.
Yeah,
so
either way.
probably
They would-
would have been in the World Series.
Yeah,
right?
okay. So
yeah.
it was during that time they would play.
I love the Yankees, and
I'm sorry.
yeah, I love the Yankees so much. No, I mean, when I came to Japan, of course, I kind of gave up following baseball except for watching maybe a few games. But when I would go back home and we would go with the family, but the Yankees just were the team that everybody wanted to follow.
That's the thing.
And
It's like the Lakers almost.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Sure, and Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
But I remember like collecting cards. And so like it always seemed like your Yankee cards were worth a little bit more, or people were willing to give you 2 cards for one Yankee player, or, depending on who you had. Did you collect baseball cards?
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah.
My uncle actually is a huge collector. So he would be the one that would give me these like rare cards.
Oh, nice.
And then I was a fool. And when I got a little bit older, I was like, oh, I don't need these. And he's like, give them back to me because those are worth a lot of money. So
Did you give them back?
I gave them all back. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy cards.
Yeah.
For sure. And especially now, as I've gotten older, I really appreciate them more. So when I go see him, I always want to look through his cards. And so I've at least got a connection.
Yeah. I always remember it was difficult to get like a good collection of baseball cards because, you'd get the little package, you get the gum. I always loved the gum that was in the package, but got it. Oh, good. I got one that I need, right? But the three that you don't need, you had to now then talk to your friends and try to get, trade them for other cards.
Right.
Did you play card games with your baseball cards?
No, see, I never went that far with
Oh,
it.
okay. That was what we kind of used to do when we didn't value them so much, because I do know that, my nephew's generation would be that they could just basically buy the whole series.
Yeah, right.
You get the whole collection of cards and just pay like whatever it was, $300, $400, $1,000. But we had to keep buying the little packs to try to get a collection. Something it would be very rare to get the whole collection unless you were, definitely striving to do that.
But very exciting because you can't just go out and buy the one thing and you're done. You lose the excitement, the build up, opening the package.
Yeah.
What do you got inside? The surprise. Yeah. So our last part with talking about baseball is now that we're in Japan, how about the games here? Do you often go, or do you have a team that you root for?
I don't. I know that I don't root for the Giants, only because everybody likes them.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not going to follow somebody that everybody likes. Right. So I do know that they are a good team, of course. Right. I think I followed Save the Lions for a little bit.
Well, the Giants in a way are kind of like the Yankees, right? They have more money. They can get the players and all this. So.
Yes, and they got the reputation and the history, so people want to be part of the Giants. But I've been to a Giants game, of course, at Tokyo Stadium, and it's always exciting. You get that many people and people yelling and screaming and people rooting for different teams. And I always like the snacks. Like, you get a drink, you get popcorn. I don't eat hot dogs anymore, but I used to remember as a young kid, like the baseball hot dogs were great, right?
Right.
That was a kind of a pleasure for kids. Have you been to any games?
I've been to a couple. I haven't been to the Tokyo Dome though.
Okay.
I've got a friend and their family usually goes to like Yokohama.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've been to the Bay Stars several times. They played the Giants, but I haven't been to Tokyo Dome, which is my next one I'm really looking forward to doing, because I'd like to go to the Dome to see a baseball game. So hopefully in the future I can take my kid and we can do that.
Yeah. Have you been to Jingu-mai? Which is an older stadium
No,
that is smaller. It feels a little bit odd, in fact, when you compare it with Tokyo Dome, because it's smaller and it doesn't. I don't think it goes all the way around unless they've changed it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a right-left kind of thing, right? And home run is like nobody's there.
Yeah, right.
This is my memory of it, anyways, right? But the Tokyo Dome was, it's just so large, and it's a good place. And several times I've been to the Tokyo Dome twice, Jingu-mai once, so I've seen 3 games here, right? But I do want to see another one. But it's rare to find people that want to go to a baseball game.
I'll
right?
go with you.
Okay,
like I said, I've been wanting to go. So.
Tokyo Dome, right?
All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out afterwards.
Okay.
And we'll report back. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to English Roundtable, made possible by Kanagaigo Career College in Tokyo, Japan. If you enjoyed hearing natural English conversation, subscribe and like us wherever you're listening, and check us out on YouTube, Twitter, and our other SNS platforms, which will be in the description for this episode. Head over to the YouTube page to see some of the keywords we used in the conversation and other activities to test your English listening skills. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.